night is fading fast from...
Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with another making vlog. I think it has been a little bit since I made my last making vlog, so I'm quite excited to just share my week of making with you. The first thing that I want to show you is the most recent finished object that I have. I think I finished this one the day before yesterday, and I finished my little top design, which is super exciting. I'm not sure, but when this video is coming out, I think I will have a test haul for this one. So if you're interested in knitting this little top for me, that would be really appreciated. It's knit top down and it has a little bit of an open back detail. Maybe I will add a little try-on clip so you can see it better. It also has short row shaping in the shoulders, some armhole increases. Then of course a lot of increases to create this little ruffle detail, and then over there it's finished with a little lace hem. This is the baby doll style, so the ruffle is longer, but there's also one where you can do a peplum. So that's basically just knitting the body longer and then having a shorter ruffle at your waist. So the link to test knit this top will be in my description, and it will be really fun. It's knit on 4mm needles, so it's quite quick. Then today I've also cast on a new project, which is super exciting. So I've cast on the Sailor Swift top by Kutovakika, which I think I've mentioned that pattern quite a few times now, saying that I wanted to knit it. So here I am, and this is what I've done so far. This is just from today only, so I think that's quite a bit of progress. And I really like my color choices so far. I think it's going to be a really cute top and very wearable in this color. And it's also just super easy because it's just stockinette. Currently knit flat, but later we will join in the rounds. Then today is Friday at the end of the day. I don't know why I always make these videos at the end of the day, but it just happens like that. And then this weekend I still have a video to upload and edit, which is a little bit of a bummer. Usually I try to get that done during the work week, but this time it didn't happen. So yeah. I think those are my plans for this upcoming week. I also have a secret knit that I probably have to work on, but I'm still waiting for some of that yarn to come in. And yeah, that's all for now.
What we both already know, escape this time with me. Escape this time.
Hi everyone and welcome back to another check-in. Today is Saturday and I will show you the progress on my Sailor Swift top. It's so far been a really nice pattern. It's just mindless stockinette and I've been really enjoying it. And I've been knitting on this whilst watching the new season of Sweet Tooth, which is really fun and a little bit addicting. So this is my progress so far. I've basically finished all of the increases on the back and then started on the front. I don't know when this is going to be finished, but right now I'm just having a lot of fun with it. I do think I'm going to cast on maybe another design this weekend, and I'm not entirely sure if that should be a cardigan or another summer top. I do now have one summer top finished, ready to be, test knitted and tech edited, but I'm not sure because maybe it's too late in the season, but we'll have to see. And then another thing that I would like to cast on is that Sari, my favorite knitwear designer probably. She's doing a knit along right now for small scarves, which is really fun. So she's launching a new pattern now in June, July and August, and you can get a discount. Then you can also win prizes at the end of it, and it's just a lot of fun. So they're all going to be new scarves, so I'm not sure what is going to be released next. But today she released the pattern for the Poet scarf, and I actually just finished knitting the Poet tee, which I really enjoyed that stitch pattern. So I'm thinking about casting on that scarf. It only needs one ball of fingering weight yarn and a mohair, or you can use DK weight yarn. And I have quite a lot of, odd balls. I mean, who doesn't, right? So I'm thinking about using this Drop Stacy, because I still have 2 balls of this in my stash from when I knit the Sweet Sierra sweater. And I think it would look really cute in a Poet scarf. And I also think it just would be a lot of fun to join a knit along. I don't think I've had a knit along in quite some time. I was supposed to do a crochet along for a blanket, but it just didn't work out because I couldn't find a suitable yarn, and then it just never happened, sadly. So I think I'm gonna join that knit along. Please, if you also want to join, we can do it together. Just share below what you're gonna knit or like the color and stuff that you're gonna use. It will be a lot of fun. So the plan for today is to finish editing my video, then probably do a lot of knitting. And I think tomorrow I'm going to sew a little bit. So today is just a knitting day.
With me. We could rent a room and watch the stars dance round the moon. Fall asleep to to the sounds of the sea. With you right by my side, it's such a sweet life. Escape this time with me. Escape this time with me. Nowhere else to be. Escape this time with me. Escape this time with me. Escape this time with me. Nowhere else to be. Escape this time with me.
Welcome to another little segment of what I knit in a week. I'm gonna just show you all of the progress that I've made in the past couple of days. The weekend was a little bit weird. I did a lot of knitting, but I didn't really feel like picking up the camera. And then yesterday I had to work. So I'm just gonna show you what I've been up to. So I casted on for the Poet Shawl by Sari, which is currently a knit along. So I've cast this on 2 days ago and I've actually made a fair bit of progress already, which is super exciting. I'm knitting this in Drops Daisy in a lavender color. So this is what I have so far. I'm about 2/3 of the way as far as the increases go, so then I need to do 1/3 more of increases and then I'm ready to start decreasing. So you could say that I'm almost halfway through the shawl. And so far I really love the way that it feels and the way that it looks. Since I'm only using a DK weight merino, I feel like the stitch definition that this gives is really nice. Because there's no merino in there, you can really see everything, and that's just very pretty. And also because it's a non-super wash merino, it's also super soft, so I have no doubt that this will not be comfortable. Like, this is just gonna be like really nice up on my neck. And I've also just been loving knitting on this. So this one is like my mindful knit, so I have to pay attention to this one. Then I have something that is the complete opposite, which is my Sailor Swift top, and I've also made a fair bit of progress on it. I've actually finished already 1 ball of yarn, so that's super exciting. I would say that I'm then also 1/3 of the way. So this is what I have so far. So I've joined in the round and I have about this much done. And also here you can see my joggler stripes, and they are not looking the neatest. I don't know, the method that I have to do them with the joggler stripes, where you pick up one stitch from the previous row and then knit them together. It's making it look a little bit messy, so I'm hoping that maybe that will change when this is blocked. And I don't think anyone else besides me is really gonna pay attention to that, at least I hope not. And like I said, it's in the underarm area, so it's not gonna be too visible, I think, if I just keep my arms down. And also it's a 100% cotton top, and I have been wondering and thinking to myself, like, why am I knitting this? Because I'm always cold and I still live in the Netherlands, so I feel like there aren't going to be too many opportunities that I get to even wear it. But I think I can also layer it with a cardigan on top or something, but on its own, it's not going to be very often that I will wear it. Then I also picked up an older whip of mine. This is my Fiona flower vest, which is my own design. I cast off that summer top that I was working on. The pattern is currently in tech editing, and then soon it will be test knitted. So I felt like I could pick back up an older design and work on that. And also, because this is in a merino and cotton blend, it's BC Garn Big BO Balance, so it is DK/worsted weight. I feel like it's a good pattern to release kind of at the end of summer, transitioning to fall, because that yarn is also, it just feels like that. And also the whole design, like, it still has cables, but also a little bit of lace. I think it will be really cute in the summer. And then transitioning to fall, like with dresses and everything. That's kind of how I'm designing it. So I finished all of the increases on my back panel, and then I'm currently just knitting on. Then it's called the flower vest because it's supposed to have some floral embroideries. And I won't share too much about it yet until I've actually gotten to that point. But so far I'm feeling pretty good about it. And I also really like the way that the yarn is knitting up and all of these different stitch patterns that are in here. So this is also a little bit more of a mindful knit just because it's my own pattern. So I'm still figuring out everything as I go. I know some pattern designers, they grade and write their patterns before they actually knit it. But right now I really like writing it as I go along. Just really works for me. I'm also grading it as I go along, which is really nice because then I don't have the situation that I have now where I knit a sweater a year ago and I'm trying to write a pattern from it and grade it, because that's really difficult. And I would not recommend doing that. Then I'm also about to cast on something really impulsive because I've been wanting to knit a bag this summer, and I thought about knitting the Florence bag by Petite. So I will insert a picture somewhere, which is really cute. And then for some reason, as I was knitting on that project, I suddenly had the best idea ever for a bag that's just so cute. And I think I have to make it happen. Even though I have 3 active works in progress, I'm gonna cast on a 4th and make that bag. So it's gonna be a design, and I'm hoping to have it done pretty soon so that maybe I can still release it like at the end of July or beginning of August. That would be really great. So I've just wound up this skein of hand-dyed yarn. So this is in the color Birthday Cake, and it's just absolutely adorable. And I had other plans for this. I had a plan to use this in a shawl, but right now this just is feeling right. And I mean, I own it, so I might as well use it. And then I'm going to pair it with some other yarn. So it's going to be quite crazy as far as yarns go, because I do want to make it on a little bit of a larger needle, probably like 4mm needle, which I know is not that large, but a lot of bags are like 3 or 3.5mm needle. So I'm gonna be holding it together with not 1, but 2 strands of Kacha Capri, which is a mercerized cotton yarn. So it is a little bit shiny and rope-like, but I think that's just what this bag will need. And then, if that wasn't enough, I'm gonna add a 4th strand, which is the Hobby Strand Natural Raffia yarn in kind of like a bleached white yellowish tone. Like, it definitely is very like pale yellow, but I think all of them combined, like the light beige and then the Birthday Cake, which also has some yellow in there, I think it's gonna be good. And then I'm hoping, like I said, to do it on the 4mm needle. I'm gonna have to do some swatching, and I'm thinking of pairing crochet and knitting in one project and make it a bag. And then it's gonna have a lining and a zipper. So it's gonna have knitting, crochet and sewing, basically combining all of my skills. And then lastly, I also got some other new yarn, which is just super cute. And honestly, it's not really like me, but I was just really drawn to all of the colors and it felt really soft in my hands and I couldn't resist. So this is the Scheepjes Stonewashed Minerals XL. So I know they have this in a sport or fingering weight, and then this is the Aran weight. So this is 50 grams and 75 meters. And I'm planning to make a Lulu Slipover by Petite. I don't know what's with me and Petite lately, but I've been feeling Petite for some reason. And usually I don't really want to support Petite because I really like, you know, I always talk about this, but I really like supporting smaller knitwear designers, and you know, she's just so well known. But I haven't found any patterns that are similar to the Lulu Slipover. I mostly just love the button detail that is on the side. I also thought about designing my own pattern, but I don't know if that's necessarily my thing with all of these colors. And my style right now with knitting patterns is just a lot of texture and lace and cables, and this would be mostly stockinette, so I don't know if it will be up to branding. Just look at all of these cute colors. I just really love it, and it definitely has a pink tone, which is why I like it so much. So a lot of things going on at once. I have 3 works in progress, but I'm feeling really good about them. One is mindless, one is mindful, and then one design. Then hopefully when one of those is finished, I will cast on the Lulu Slipover, and then I'm for sure gonna cast on the bag, like right now. And then tomorrow I have to work, and also the day afterwards, so I won't get a lot of knitting done, but then we still have Friday, so that's exciting. We'll see what happens then. Welcome to this final part of what I knit in a week. I am going to just give you the rundown of everything that I've accomplished this week as far as knitting goes. The first one is of course my Sailor Swift top. And I actually didn't notice how much knitting I got done this week until I went to sit down to edit this video. Even though it really felt like I didn't have a lot of time, I worked 3 days and then I also worked on the tech edit and just lots of other things for my own business. Anyways, I will show you the progress. So this is the current state of my Sailor Swift top. As you can tell, I've managed to do quite a lot. Of course, I've done the front and the back, joined in the round, and then here I do have quite a bit of progress. That's like, I don't know, like 20 centimeters or so, or maybe a little bit less. So I would say that's actually pretty good because I cast this on Friday last week. So I'm really happy with that, but that's not all that I knit. So yeah, I have done quite a lot of knitting this week somehow, even though I was like busy 24/7 it seems like. Then I also cast on the Poet scarf, and this is the progress on that so far. And I've actually now made it to the halfway point and I've started decreasing. Only today is Sunday, so it doesn't really count as far as what I knit in that week. But most of this I did throughout this week. I am super happy about that, and I think I'm going to love the finished object. Then we have the design, the Fiona flower vest that I picked up again. And I'll show you how far I got on that. This one has made the least amount of progress. But of course, you know, not everything can progress a lot if you're also working on other things. So I am still on the back. But I have finished all of the increases. And now I'm just knitting, you know, the straight edge because it's a drop shoulder design. So that's not a lot, but it's still something and I'm happy about that. And once, you know, other things are finished, I will definitely prioritize this one and hopefully get it done in time to be, you know, released in the early fall. And then lastly, we have the back that I said I was going to cast on. This one has been a little bit of a struggle. I've probably frogged it and restarted it about 4 times or so. I'm finally onto something. I think there are also a lot of ends. It's a little bit crazy, but I will just show you. This is the bag so far. So I'm just knitting the front panel, and like I said, it's going to combine crochet and knitting. So this is crochet, granny squares, and then some knitting. And this is just like an eyelet lace pattern and a U increase along here for the side. And now I'm working on the opposite side. Then I'm planning for this bag to have probably 2 different sizes and multiple versions. So I may have to knit another one after this gets done one day. I felt a little bit, you know, rushed to have this one done. I actually wanted to get it done like this weekend, but of course that's not gonna happen. Sometimes it's just with pattern releases, especially I tend to knit what the weather gives me. So if the weather's warm, I want to knit summery things, and if the weather's cold, I want to knit winter things, which I think a lot of people can relate to. The issue with that, of course, is that if you're a knitwear designer or releasing knitting patterns, it's better to do it the complete opposite. So right now I would have to be knitting for the winter, and then in the winter I would have to knit for the summer. And I'm obviously not doing that. And that's causing a little bit of stress, you know, to have the things done quickly. So we'll have to see when this gets done, but I'm just gonna, you know, slow down a little bit and we'll just have to see what happens. So yeah, actually quite a lot of progress on my whips despite having a really busy week. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I didn't show any sewing, it was just pure knitting and a lot of chatting also. I will see you next week for a regular making or knitting podcast. And for now, I wish you all a very happy day, happy knitting, and I will see you then. Bye bye!